New tonight, Oregon Governor Kate Brown tells KGW she will unveil a framework tomorrow on how the state will begin to unwind restrictions related to COVID-19. She's asking leaders in business, healthcare, and other areas to weigh in on her proposals. She says the first restrictions to be loosened could involve elective surgeries and procedures. The governor said a restriction will be loosened, then monitored for 2 weeks to make sure there's no virus rebound. Then they'll consider lifting more. Governor Brown said she is not adopting a federal proposal to wait 2 weeks without a COVID-19 death. Instead, she'll watch for a plateau or falling number of cases or hospitalizations. We expect to hear more details about her plan tomorrow. And this comes after Oregon, Washington, and California governors announced a new partnership to work together on a shared approach to coronavirus response. It's called the Western States Pact. In a joint statement, they said health outcomes and science are most important when making decisions on just how to reopen the economy. States will consult with each other before easing restrictions and will focus on getting a system in place for testing, tracing, and isolating.